because something is happening at the robot's arm in our oceans. And new evidence of the giant mecha robots is 100% returning in Chapter 3. Let's check it out. We already know that the giant mecha robot's arm can be seen in our waters. Well, you know, just about. Yo, it's definitely there. Oh, and of course, how could we forget? We have the skull head of the polar pig Catus monster in our game. But the question is, where did that sword go? Those who remember all the way back in Chapter 1 in Season 8, when the polar pig monster was slain by the mecha team leader, it was done using a giant sword statue that was hidden under the ground. Singularity, using the giant mecha robots, wielded this massive sword and slayed the beast. Of course, the beast, after its defeat, was turned to a skull. The giant mecha robots flew off into the sky, never to be seen again. And of course, the sword. Well, I don't know. I guess it's just gone, huh? It certainly ain't it. It certainly ain't this. That's a spade. Now, I mean, it may sound obvious, but literally nobody online is talking about it right now. Is the fact that the giant sword is actually missing from Chapter 3. It doesn't seem to be in the water with the giant mega robots, and it certainly isn't on top or inside the skull of the monster. So, where is it? And well, you come to the right place. That's kind of what this video is about. Oh no. Okay, maybe it's possible they just won't see me. The sword is... Oh no. Is that a tornado? Oh, come on. The giant robot sword in Chapter 1 and the mecha robots from Chapter 1 both belong to Singularity. Singularity was one of these important characters in that season because she was the one that was presumably building and using the robots to defeat the monster. In more recent lore, it became apparent that Singularity, this important character, and Paradigm, one of the 7, were in fact actually the same character, just with slightly different armor. Well, slightly different armor, slight different helmets, but for the most part, these two characters are almost identical. So we, the players, learned that Singularity is actually one of the members of the 7. Oh my goodness, bro. Yo, bro, get out of the way, wolves. Leave me alone. Sorry, Foundation. Oh my goodness. Yo, what becomes super interesting is when you find out is the fact that Singularity / Paradigm / one of the members of the 7 is actually an enemy to the Imagined Order and the 7 themselves. I mean, listen to this. Leakers in the game's files have actually uncovered audio hidden in the game's files, completely unreleased by Epic, that are actually explaining that Paradigm, you know, the character that built the giant robots, is actually a part of the 7, but also enemy number 1. Check this out.
Hey, Paradigm, it will not surprise you to learn that you remain public enemy number 1 for the 7. I'm trying to convince them to welcome you back with open arms, but I can't promise that it'll be a cakewalk if you come back. I'll do what I can, and this time, I'll have your back no matter what, like I should have the first time.
Just to try and explain to you guys, because this is leaked audio in the game's files, we don't 100% know the context of this conversation, but it's between one of the members of the 7, presumably the scientist, sending a message off into the distance to reach Paradigm. This leaked audio seems to suggest that Paradigm or / Singularity seems to have upset the members of the 7, and they have exiled her from the group. This audio message from the scientist is saying that he's going to try and encourage the 7 to let her back into the group. For what reason, though? We don't actually know. A bit like this, huh? Just pizza? When they have pizza into Fortnite? Anybody know what this pizza is doing in our Fortnite game? Oh, we don't yet know.
Come on, man.
Ow! Oh, the theory goes a little bit like this. You guys have to think back. All the way back in Season 9 of a Chapter 1 game, in the fight of the giant robots versus the giant monster, Singularity, who had built the giant robots, was fighting the beast, and it seemed to be over. The robot had lost, but she actually managed to get hold of the 0 point, pull it out of the ground, harnessing its power to allow her to defeat the beast. At the time, this may have seemed like a good idea, but this was the beginning of the 0 point being exposed and even damaged, ultimately leading to our whole Fortnite world going crazy over the 0 point. Fast forward all the way to Chapter 3 right now, where we have sharks in this game and Spider-Man. We know that this secret member of the 7 is disliked by the rest of the 7. But the question is, what did she do wrong? Well, it seems to have finally been explained. The actions all the way back in our Chapter 1 game with the giant robot and the monster, in which she harnessed the power of the 0 point, damaging it possibly forever, massively displeased the members of the 7, and she was ejected from the group. no longer being Paradigm, but under the name Singularity. Ultimately, Singularity left our Fortnite world flying off into the sky as the robots, seemingly never to return. Well, until now, where we are back with tilted towers, back with tornadoes. My spidey senses were going off, bro. I'm telling you, I know someone. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm Spider-Man. Hey, when did you last see Spider-Man and me in the same room, huh? I'm just saying. And now in Chapter 3, we're finally starting to hear about the return of Paradigm, the final secret member of the Seven. Is it possible that in this chapter of Fortnite, we're going to see the full return of the robots to our game? Singularity is going to return herself, becoming the member of the Seven, you know, Paradigm, rebuilding the robots and a possible brand new fight for some unknown thing in our Fortnite game. I say unknown, we actually have dinosaurs in our game right now with the giant Columbos that have made an appearance. We've also heard in the game's files secret audio of some kind of new monster hidden in a cave far off deep underground. You guys remember? Oh, we talked about these sounds in the latest video. So it seems like some kind of new monster is coming to our Chapter 3 game, and the robot herself is going to be returning, possibly to take the fights to this new beast. Oh, that was close. Spider-Mans are in this game, huh? Bro, what am I looking at? What? I ain't saying this guy's hacking, but I don't know what the heck is going on right now. No, not only the fact that I actually defeat this guy on my screen, but yo, my guy is stacking heals faster than I've ever seen no man stack before. What's going on right here? Oh, well, with the robots return to our game, should we be keeping an eye on the ocean waters, expecting to see bubbling as the robot appears out of the ocean? Or should we look towards the sky just to see the giant mecha robot is returning, flying through our sky, heading back towards our island? So what really did happen with Singularity's mega sword? Is it somewhere on our Chapter 3 island? Is it buried deep underground with the polar peak monster bones? Was it maybe taken up into the sky? And why did it end up in the center of future tilted towers all the way back on our Chapter 1 game? Of course, we've just had tilted towers arrive in our Fortnite game. So is it possible by the end of this chapter of Chapter 3, this tilted towers is somehow gonna become futurized? And then we're going to see the return of the sword? Oh, so many questions with so little answers. Yeah, nah, I don't know who be shooting me earlier on. It ain't on, bro. My God, I literally have no weapons. I literally cannot fight you, bro. I literally feel like this is omega unfair. Hey, you don't want this, bro. Hey, you don't want this, bro. Surprise, boy! Okay, fine. I literally don't care anyway. Guys, put a credit code on screen right now. Let me know what you guys think about today's video. Is there any pieces of lore that we've somehow missed out? So let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, I'm gonna catch you in the next crazy Chapter 3 Fortnite video. Thanks a bunch, guys. Peace.